I am Anastasia from JavascriptDose, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a custom HTML5 video player using VueJs. Alright, this is my first video on YouTube, so if you like it, that will be much appreciated. And if you have any suggestion for me, please leave that in the comment box below. I'll make sure to read your comments and respond to them. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into it. The end result we are going to create is something like that. A simple HTML5 video player with custom skin, as you can see, volume, and this one here. Right, so let's go ahead and start working on it, shall we? First thing we need is a new project folder. Let's call it flat player, right? And we're going to open this folder in VS Code. Let's go ahead and create a file named index.html, another file named player.css, and player.js. All right, so in our index.html5 HTML5 template with sample. All right, and we will need font of some font of some 5 CDN. Copy link tag and paste it here. All right, now what we need is bootstrap maybe, or let's go without bootstrap for now. All right, so the first part is the designing part. Let's go ahead and create our design for the video player. All right, so let's go and create a div here with a class name of flat HTML5 player wrapper. Sounds good to me. And inside here we're going to create a div called flat player itself. Inside it, let's say there's a div which contains a flat video preview wrapper. Inside here our video, which could be something like, what do we name it? Let's go with flat video. All right, and okay, so the next thing is this will be the upper part of the player. Let me see, where was it? Yeah, so this is the hair part. Now we have to go for the footer part, this one. All right, so let's go ahead and create another div and call it flat video footer. All right, in this we need a progress bar, because in the footer the first thing we have is the progress bar. All right, so flat video progress bar. Inside the progress bar there is another div which width is equal to the percentage of the video that has been already played or is playing. So we'll go ahead and flat video current progress is it. All right, so the next thing is the controls. Inside the footer, let's go and start controls. So in the controls, this portion right here, what we need is two portions, one on the left side and one on the right side. All right, so let's go and create here flat video controls left, and the other one flat videos control right. All right, so in the left one we're going to create another div which can hold the buttons itself. Let's call it flat video control single, and this one will be play button. The next can be pause button. After that we have volume button, and because volume button also have something like this volume bar, so instead of a button we can go for another div. Let's call it flat video volume rocker. All right, and inside there are two buttons. One is volume off and the second one is volume up. Yes, okay. All right, let's see what we have done. All right, volume up is working. Don't worry, it doesn't look like that player because we haven't configured any style yet. As soon as we are done with our styles, it will work just fine. Okay, so after the volume, what do we have here is another div which will be for this thing, the volume thing, outer div and an inner div, both of them. So flat video volume progress, flat video volume progress it is, and inside it we have flat video volume progress current. All right, and after that what do we have left? These controls on the right one. So first of all we have div with a class name flat video time container, maybe time container, and in that what we have is a span with class flat video runtime, and another span, this one, and total time lapse. And after that what do we have is a div with class flat video buttons, right, wrapper, and button with class flat video control single, button with a class FWFA compress for going back to normal screen and expand for going to the full screen. All right, and course we have single class is same. All right, so we are done with our HTML code, I think so, the basic structure. Now let's go ahead and configure some CSS code. All right, so first of all, what we need to do is margin should be 0 pixel and the padding also should be equal to 0 pixels. All right, so the margin and padding are set to 0. Now the next thing is the body and HTML height is going to be 100%. All right, so let's go ahead and see. First of all, this wrapper, and we're going to make it display. It's already black. The position will be absolute because there is nothing else on the page. Top is going to be 0, bottom is also going to be 0, left is going to be 0, and right is going to be 0. So it will take all this space, and as you can see, our style is not working because we haven't included that in here yet. Right, let's see if that works now. Yep, it's working. Okay, all right, the next thing is flat player. Let's see, the flat player has basically two things: footer. Okay, there's a mistake. The right controls also have to be inside here. All right, so on top level we have two divs. One is video preview and the other one is footer. So let's say the flat player is a flex with direction of column and height and width of 100% with the position relative, and overflow should be hidden. Right, so this one and this one, let's go with this one. The preview wrapper, first thing is flex one because this is going to take pretty much all the space except this space here, right? And this one, the footer is 56 pixels, which I can explain. The 6 pixel is for the video slider, the sequence slider, and the other is for this controls and everything other. All right, so overflow should be hidden in this as well. The next thing is the video itself. Video should be full width and full height, and let's say object fit is going to make sure there are no areas left in the video. Okay, so now let's go to the footer, and height should be 56 pixels, width have to be 100%, display is going to be flex, and because as I've already told you, see there are two portions, left one and right one, and our code here have actually at the top level there are two. One is the progress bar and second one is the video controls. All right, so this have to be a flex where video controls take all the space except the space of the video progress. All right, so the footer have flex direction of column as well. Background color, let's say, what was it, 282? Yes, and color should be white. Now the next thing is progress bar. Progress bar width is going to be 100%, height is going to be 6 pixel, and background color is going to be white for this one. Next one is the progress. Height is going to be 100% for this one. Width for say, this would be 0, but to see if it is working we can set it to 30%. Alright, for now, to make sure it is working. Background color should be, let's say, red or orange red. Yes. And it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Okay, what is the problem here? Oh, okay. The flat video controls are taking up all this space. That is the problem, alright. This should also be flex because there are going to be two portions, one on the left and one on the right. Flex direction is going to be row for this one, and justify content, space between line items is going to be center, and let's say padding 20 pixel, 0 pixel and 20 pixel. Alright, okay, great. Here is our progress bar, and there are our controls. So let's go ahead and style controls. Background color is going to be transparent, filter is going to be none, color is going to be white, and outline is also going to be none. Padding, let's say 20 pixel, and maybe 5 pixel and 15 pixel. Cursor is going to be pointer for the controls, and yeah, for the active, not active, actually focus, we're going to set the outline to none. Alright, so okay, the controls are looking good, but there is still something missing, and that is this should also be a flex. The right one should also be a flex. Alright, seems to be working. Now this control section should take all the space. Alright, let's see what's left. For the, I think we're almost done except the volume. Okay, the volume rocker, have to be flex as well, and of course in the center, right? Okay, this one here will have the 100 pixel and height of 5 pixel. Water radius will be 5 pixel, and the background color is also going to be orange red. Alright, actually for this background color is going to be white, and for our, what was it, grunt progress, grunt, yep, our, just to test it, width is going to be 30%, height is going to be 100%, water radius is going to be 5 pixel, and the background color is going to be orange red. Alright, this also seems to be working fine. Now what's next is the right controls and the time container. Alright, line height should be 2. First of all, let's go ahead and make sure we have time here. Let's say the font size is small. Alright, the font size is going to be small, and oops, that's all I guess. Maybe a little bit Martian, 20 pixel, and display flex. Okay, so alright, looks like our user interface is done. One last thing, class name of pointer, which goes to the progress bar, like this one actually. And the volume bar, yeah, and of course the video and here as well. Alright, so seems to be working really nice. So for the sake of the demonstration, we can go ahead and look for some video, or maybe just copy the location from here and this one. Alright, so as you can see, the controls don't work at the moment because we haven't added any JavaScript code in it yet. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, we need to add the VueJs. Alright, here we go, the script, view.jscript, and we can go ahead and, alright, what is this? That's strange. Okay, maybe that was a mistake. All right, so let's see if our script is working fine. Yep, it is. And as you can see, the VueJs has also been added. So let's go here and give it an idea of player. In our player.js, we can go ahead and create a new Vue instance. Okay, this one element is going to be player. Data for now is going to be, let's say, video URL. All right, and maybe video, and limit the URL, which is right here. You can go ahead and give it video.url and here the URL. All right, as you can see, it is working. So let's go ahead and configure the other controls. Let's go with the some methods. All right, and in here, let's say the first method will be play, and what we need to do is trigger the play on the video. So we need a ref here, which we will call video element, and let's set this start ref start video element dot play. All right, okay. Yeah, we didn't call the play. All right, so on clicking the play button, the video is playing. Now we have to do something about the pause method. Let's go and create a method named pause here. Start video element dot pause. All right, click version defined. Okay, so the video is playing and the pause button is also working out. So what do we need is when the video is playing, the pause button will show up, and when the video is not playing, the play button will show up. For that, we need a method is paused, and return the start video element dot psad paused. In here, the play will only show up if is paused, and the paused will only show up if it is not already paused, which means it is playing. Okay, the video element is undefined. All right, we'll have to do something like that. All right, as you can see, there is only the play button, and that's not good. Oh yeah, that's because it is not updating. So what we might need to do is call our boundary hook, and let's see, this dot refs dot video element dot add event listener, time update, that is a native event. What we need to do is this dot force update. Not working. Yes. Let's see if this method is working. Yep, it is working. All right. Otherwise, okay. So if the video element is there, and then it will go for the past. Otherwise, it will go for the yeps. As you can see, our play and pause buttons are working perfectly. So what's next is the volume buttons. Let's go and create a function here, mute toggle, and in this what we're going to do is ref start video element dot muted. Muted should be equal to this one. All right. Okay, and this muted is another function. Here we can simply return muted. All right. Now let's go to our volume controls, and this will only show up if not. What was the function name? Let me make it a little more clear. Is muted. Okay. If is muted, then the volume off button will show, and if not muted, then the volume up button will show up. And as you can see, it is not working because the player is not updating its state. So let's say events on which we want it to update the state are going to be time update, volume change, seek, I guess. Here for now this should work. Events dot map single event, and instead of time update, it is going to look for all those events and force it to update. Still nothing. Okay, what is the problem here? Mute to call. Yeah, we forgot to add the click action again. All right. As you can see, the video is muting and seems to be working. All right, what's next? Let's go for the progress bar this time. And for progress bar, where it is. Yeah, here we go. Current progress. For this one, we can say style is going to be equal to, so this one, width, which will be progress percentage and plus percentage symbol, right? And our progress percentage is going to be a method which will return this dot. Okay, since we will need another function, current time, and this will return video element dot current time are 0, and a function of duration which will return duration of the video. And here what we can do is current time divided by duration, and this r is going to be multiplied by 100. Okay, it's not a function. Video element is undefined. Alright, okay, great. So our progress bar is working, but there is just one tiny problem. Video current progress. What we can do is transition of width not per second, actually 0.5 second, and the width should be 0 at the start. Alright, so the progress bar is a little bit smoother now. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the time. Let's go and create a function name format time, and here we have something called time here. Alright, and what we need to do is we need to return a proper formatted time unit. Okay, if not time, or if not time, return. Alright, and if the time is there, then we need the hours, minutes, and seconds. Minutes are going to be time over 60. Alright, and yep, let's divide the total time by 60 to make the hours, and the remaining minutes that don't add up into hours are going to be our minutes. Alright, for example, if the video is 2 hours and 30 minutes, this is going to have only the 30 minutes. And we can do a method floor here so we don't end up with a decimal value. Second thing is seconds, which is going to be math.floor and time by 60. Alright, these are going to be our seconds because all of our 60 units are going to be either minutes or into the hours. What left will be our seconds, of course. And the third thing is going to be hours, which is math.floor time to divided by 60. So this is going to be our hours. Now let's say if the hours, yeah, if the hours are less than Yes, forget about the hours. If the minutes are less than 10, then what we need to do is minutes should be equal to 0 and then minutes. All right, so if the minute is 1 or 2, this is going to be end up 0 1 and 0 2. All right, and if the seconds are less than 10, then the seconds are going to be like that as well. And on the end we can simply return if there are hours, then hours plus semicolon, otherwise nothing. And then there are going to be minutes, and then there are going to be our seconds. All right, so the format time will go up here. The current time is going to be the current time, which we have already defined a function for. As you can see here, the current time and the duration, which simply return the duration and current time for the video. Current time, and this will be enclosed within the format time. The second one is for the duration. So the current time will output the time in seconds, and format time will format the time for us, same as for the duration. Let's see. All right, seems like we might need another event here for related metadata. As you can see, our time is now showing up, and if we play the video, you can see the time going on here. Alright, now what's left is whenever we click right here or here, we should be able to save the video. Let's say whenever the user clicks on the progress bar, which is right here, we want to call a function skip video, and here goes the function skip video. Alright, which takes up an event. And so the first of what we need to do is we need to get the offset for that control. I mean, for now the offset is going to be 0, but if the player is not a full width player, it is somewhere here, then there is going to be an offset for this container, this progress bar from the left side. So we're going to need that. What we can do is wrapper offset, which is going to be event dot current target get bounding client rect get view rect and the left property. Alright, the next thing we need to know is the offset of the mouse. For example, if our mouse is here, we're going to need to get the exact position, and we can do that by by subtracting the offset from the mouse current position. So here we can say the clicked offset is going to be event.client x, which is this one right here, the position from the left side, and minus wrapper offset, and we need to get the position, or you can say the width of the element. Let's call it wrapper or progress width, which is of course going to be after the click event, the new progress width. That's what I'm talking about. And this can be click offset divided by the width of the wrapper, the progress width, the progress bar width, and that multiplied by 100. Yeah, and the new time should be equal to the start duration divided by 100 multiplied by progress width. I guess this should work. Let's see if that works or not. I'm not sure. The start video element start current time is equal to new time. Okay, let's see what we got here. Alright, it seems to be working. If we just remove the transition, we should be able to see that it is pretty accurate. Yep. Okay, so alright. Might have added the skip to footer. Yep. And it should go here. Okay, so our progress bar is also seems to be working. Now we can go ahead to the full screen. What we can do is we can use something called screen full. Alright, here is the screen full library. We can go ahead and do it, and here is our function is full screen to check whether it is full screen or not. And if we see screen full, we can return screen full dot is full screen. Yep, is full screen, and this should do the full screen. Alright. Okay, that should also be there. Yep. No. Oh, okay. It is only 12. Alright, so what we need to do is in here, one click, we need to toggle the screen, and the compress button will only show up if the screen is already in full screen. If it is full screen, thus the compress button will show up, and if it is not in full screen, then the expand button will show up. And yep, as you can see, the button is not updating. That's because we need to do a force update there. Okay, that's weird. That is full screen. It should show up the Seems like they don't have a useful second function. So what we might need to do is add this here. We have actually, and this is no more. Okay, so this is working fine. So the only thing left is the volume. Let's go ahead and deal with the volume, which is right here. Okay, we can go ahead and add a change volume, and let's copy it back to here. So first of all, what do we have here is the event to change the volume. Next, we can copy this thing over here because we're going to need these two things, and this one as well, but we don't need this. All right, let's call it volume bar width, which is going to be the new width of the volume bar. And what we can do is this dot next dot video element dot equal to clicked offset, not clicked offset actually, volume bar width divided by 100, because this is from 1 to 100 and the volume only takes from 0 to 1. So we have to, convert the percentage into a scale from 0 to 1. And there is one more thing we need to do. We have to set up the default volume on loaded vector, which is going to be this dot ref start video element dot volume is going to be 0.3 because we have 30% for the default volume in the current progress. So let's see if that works. Okay, I can see the volume is changing, but the problem here is because we haven't added the style attribute to volume. Yeah, here is the current volume. We can go ahead and add a style width, and this should be equal to, let me see, this one. Let's create a new function. What this function does is simply return this multiplied by 100, and we can add a percentage sign here. Okay, something that seems good, right? And that is again this one. All right, that's on 27. Yeah, of course. Yes. Okay. So the default volume is there, and when you click on it, the volume is chain as well. All right, so seems to be working fine. Now the last thing is when we click on here, single and double click, we want to toggle the full screen and double click, and to be able to pause and play the video. So for that, what we can do is we can add, we'll copy it, and on play, on click. So on video element click, what we need to do is if this dot is paused, then this dot play, otherwise this dot pause. Let's see if that works. All right, working fine. And the last thing is going to be the full screen, which can be simply this dot toggle full screen, and it is working. So alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you like it. If you have any suggestion for me, please mention in comment box. I'll make sure to follow and reply to your suggestions, maybe suggestion for next video, or if you have any suggestion about this video, please do let me know, and see you in the next video.